The works in Tokyo Fuji Art Museum's collection of Japanese art were created from the Heian period to the early modern era. This exhibition is a distillation of the artistic achievement, honed over a millennium, organized in a format to both engage and entertain viewers by keying on such readily relatable words as kimokawa, repulsive yet adorable, samurai, design, gold or golden, four seasons, Mount Fuji. Verbal cues to provide a comprehensive overview of Japan's cultural quintessence, crafted by premier artists over an epoch. This video features the exhibition's finest paintings, ukiyo-e prints, lacquerware, katana swords, samurai armor. Let's walk through this fascinating visual tour.
日本美術に登場するモチーフは現代の私たちから見ると時に大変可愛く感じられます。丸山応挙の描く犬は愛おしさを感じさせる可愛い魅力を放ち、曽我蕭白の描く鶴は気持ち悪さや不気味さを持ちながらもそれゆえに可愛らしく感じられる、今でいう肝皮的な印象を受けるかもしれません。
Fierce Tiger by Kano Naonobu. Meaty paws pounced on a boulder abutting a stream. Kano's brawny tiger searches its surroundings with wary eyes before slaking its thirst, an expression every bit as timid or twitchy as a household cat. What better way to show the size of an elephant to viewers that had never seen one than by filling a painting's entire frame? The story goes that Ito had seen a pachyderm for himself in Kyoto at the age of 14 when the shogun had it brought to Japan, which the artist then most likely recreated from memory years later. Folding Screen with Design of Cranes by Soga Shohaku. Shading his cranes with sumi ink to highlight their white bodies. Soga added a touch of vermilion to their crowns, prominent beacons amidst a backdrop of various gradations of grays. This work is signature Soga, a compelling interplay between the strange and the lovable. Puppies by Maruyama Okyo. In this work, 3 puppies are huddled together in all their befuddled cuteness. 2 seem distracted by something or someone to the left, which the artist masterfully captures. Indeed, Okyo's paintings of dogs were quite popular in his day, precisely because he rendered the animals in such an adorable manner. The samurai warriors are mighty principles in distinctly Japanese portrayals of battle scenes, depicted in picture scrolls and folding screens, adorning katana swords, helmets, and body armor. Their weapons and battle regalia reflected the preferences and aesthetics of the day, meticulously crafted masterpieces in their own right that are prized as works of art today. Folding Screen with design of the scenes from the Battle of the Genji and Heike clans by Kaiho Yusetsu. Yusetsu's panoramic rendition captures the Genji and Heike clans fighting for national supremacy in the 12th century. Portrayed on the folding screen's right half is a daring Genji assault on the enemy. The left half captures a scene from another Genji victory in the decisive Battle of Yashima. Rich in colors, Yusetsu pays painstaking attention to details, depicting even the expressions of individual soldiers. Suit of armor in Oyoroi style worn by Shimazu Nariakira. This great armor is said to have been worn by the lord of the Satsuma domain in the 19th century. Completely original and preserved from the time of its creation, the helmet bowl is made from a piece made some 5 centuries earlier, while decorative metal fittings are exquisitely crafted. a rare and extremely valuable piece of art. Tachi, important cultural property signed by Ichi. Designated an important cultural property, this sword was made by the Fukuoka Ichimonji School nearly 800 years ago. The school's name is derived from its provenance, Fukuoka, and Ichimonji, Ichi meaning number one, purportedly after retired Emperor Gotoba, complimented the sword-making school for making products that were the finest in the country.
俵屋宗達に始まり、尾形光琳が発展させ、酒井法一や鈴木喜一に代表される琳派の絵師たち。彼らの活動は直接の師弟関係によらず、江戸時代を横断し、京都から江戸へ広がり、絵画や工芸をまたぐという既成の流派の概念に収まらないものでした。斬新な発想力による豊かな装飾性とデザイン性に彼らの真骨頂を見ることができます。
Clothing screen with design of white chrysanthemums, Hasegawa School. The boldly rendered chrysanthemums, hedges, earthen slopes, and streaming water on this gold-based six-segment screen are a defining trait of the sliding door screen art from some 400 years ago. The natural splendor, done in a simple yet distinct manner, is representative of a school of Japanese art founded in that time. Folding screen with design of pine and cherry blossoms, attributed to Tawaraya Sotatsu. In a deft design move, the screen is slashed diagonally with green pine trees, which is then skillfully highlighted with contrasting gold. Although the work lacks Sotatsu's signature or seal, everything from its insightful yet bold composition to decorative styling makes a credible case of his authorship. Sliding Door with design of Wind God and Thunder God by Suzuki Kiitsu. This work is a reconstruction of the Wind God and Thunder God motif rendered by the great Rinpa masters. While they confined the two gods to a pair of sliding door screens, Kiitsu employed 4 doors with a god on each side. He chose to depict the gods in delicate whites and greens, and grading clouds with ink bleeds, resulting in a masterpiece that is as dynamic as it is commanding. In his book, The Travels of Marco Polo, the famed Venetian merchant described Japan as the land of gold, a description that has resonated deeply in Japanese art and culture since ancient times. We see this resonance in the proliferation of gold foil and gold paint in grand folding screens, as well as in the extravagant use of gold lacquer and ornamentation in handcrafted pieces. In and around the city of Kyoto, Kano School. This genre painting offers a panoramic bird's-eye view of Kyoto, replete with landmarks and historic sites within the ancient capital and its outskirts, seasonal events, and hovering golden clouds, rendered on a pair of 6-panel folding screen painted boldly in the center of the left half is Nijo Castle, while the Hokoji Buddha Hall, which was built at the behest of Japanese ruler Toyotomi Hideyoshi, occupies the right half by portraying such events as the Gion Festival and other activities of townspeople. It conveys in vibrant fashion the general prosperity enjoyed at the time. Folding screen with design of the scenes from the Tale of Genji, artist unknown. Since the medieval to modern eras, what is termed Genji art has been a ubiquitous and classical motif pursued by artists across manifold schools of Japanese art. While the artist of this work is unknown, it resembles that done by Iwasa Matabe some 400 years ago, rendering 12 scenes from the Tale of Genji over 12 folding screen panels, each panel cleverly separated by golden clouds or hedges. The Date family's palanquin with arabesque design in makie lacquer, owned by Princess Mune, This palanquin is nothing short of premier luxury borne on human shoulders, featuring sliding doors. Ordinary carriages were open-air constructs, while richly colored landscapes and flowers are meticulously depicted on a gold background. Built for Princess Mune, the daughter of a feudal lord, as a dowry for her marriage to another lord in 1785, the palanquin also boasts emblems of sparrows with bamboo and sets of 3 vertical bars, family crests of her clan.
季節の表現は日本美術の歴史と広がりにおいて大きな比重を占めています。季節を描くことは自然描写と相まって古くは平安時代から広く行われてきました。四季をモチーフにしたものは絵画、工芸など幅広いジャンルで貴族や武士、そして庶民に至るまで大いに好まれました。
Folding screen with design of Mount Yoshino and Tatsuta River, artist unknown, Kano School. Entering the Edo period, the Kano School transitioned from its bold, opulent style to something more refined and elegant. As captured in this work, the cherry blossoms of Mount Yoshino on one side of the screen and the scarlet autumn leaves along Tatsuta River on the other are iconic representations of Japan's changing seasons, a theme that has also been favored in waka poems and embraced since ancient times. Spring and Autumn by Yokoyama Taikan. This is a work by Yokoyama Taikan, one of the giants of Japanese art in the early modern era. A weeping spring cherry and dandelion are portrayed in contrast to autumn maple leaves, autumn bellflower, and other flora of the season, expressive of the changing seasons. Taikan's use of rimpa-style techniques are evident. Given its towering gravitas, Mount Fuji attracted people for centuries past, a source of enduring inspiration, not only for painters and artists, but also writers and poets. Folding screen with design of Musashino Plain. This work was created by an unknown artist in the 17th century, with the plain favored by several schools of painting. One popular poem goes, "On the Musashi Plain, there is no mountain. It rises and sinks among the grass." On one side of the screen is Mount Fuji, towering over a sea of autumn grass, while the other side, the moon, peeks through the grass. 36 Views of Mount Fuji, The Great Wave of Kanagawa by Katsushika Hokusai. Threatening to engulf a flimsy vessel and its tiny occupants, a giant billow rises angrily above other tossing waves, with the snow-capped Mount Fuji in the distance. Dynamism and stasis, the perception of depth. The Great Wave of Kanagawa by Katsushika Hokusai has inspired artists around the world, including Van Gogh and composer Claude Debussy. 36 Views of Mount Fuji, Fine Breezy Day by Katsushika Hokusai. Lauded as a masterpiece of Hokusai's series on Japan's iconic mountain, Fine Breezy Day portrays what is known as the Red Fuji, only seen in the early morning as summer cedes to fall. Cirrocumulus clouds also hint at autumn's arrival. We hope you enjoyed the tour. At the request of governments and cultural agencies worldwide, our museum has organized exhibitions on Japanese art and culture at 24 venues in over a dozen countries. This is Japan in Tokyo stands among the most prominent of these exhibitions, providing viewers with what we hope is a unique opportunity to engage and experience our country's artistic and cultural riches.